Hello, everyone, and welcome to another show. And sorry for the 5 minute delay. I'm getting better at it. It used to be 10 minute delay, and now it's five. I also noticed 100 people waiting. Oh my god, is there nothing else to watch? Do you guys have no other streamers? Is this a right hour though? All jokes aside, is this 9 p.m. better for you? Because I can do 9 p.m. It's possible. It's doable. It's plausible. So I want to make a couple of announcements. The first one being that pretty sure all of you know Jim, right, Mr. Medicare, and apparently he's hanging off the microphone. He's not going to stream anymore. This is due to his precarious health. I didn't know about it until someone sent me a clip with him addressing me in a joke, and kind of sad. Like he used to be part of this internet culture. It's kind of hard to like separate him from the internet, and despite having our differences in the past, he was a very insightful individual. I really like his content, and I don't really enjoy hearing that he's not doing very well from a health point of view, because this is why he's going to stop streaming, due to the fact that his health doesn't allow him anymore, and he thinks that there's going to be a lot of medical procedures in the future, which are going to make streaming impossible for him. So for those of you who don't know, he's going to stream one more time on Odyssey, and one more time after that on YouTube. He's going to take call-ins. Probably people spamming the N-word. But yeah, it's something that I guess I don't have that many people watching, but if you guys like him and you want to catch like the last streams that he's going to do, it's going to be, I believe, 2 days from now or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out and then I'll post it on Twitter. But yeah, so that was one of the things that I wanted to say. It's a little bit saddening, I guess. A sad way to end the year. He said he's going to go until maybe February. Did he change his mind? Because from what I got, what people DM'd me, I didn't manage to get his last stream. It was 4 hours and 30 minutes. Like, people were saying that, and I'm sorry, I watched the intro of it. I watched the first hour, and he was saying that he's hanging on the mic. So, I don't know. I recently watched an old video of Sargon laughing at Berker, spurging out at V. I gotta say, I really miss the old internet, because there was a time before terms of service where you could actually do that. Like right now, if you try to start beef with another content creator, you can get banned for harassment and bullying. It's a very different internet. It's a different platform, and not for the better, I would say. I mean, if you look at the most creative stuff that came out of YouTube, it was before the terms of service. And now you don't even have like a sense of community anymore. I mean, sure, you have like the Comicsgate community, and you got a couple of others, but it doesn't have like the banter. I really miss that. Like when a content creator used to start shit with another content creator, and they would have like the back and forth and the video responses. It was so much fun, and people would take sides, and my god, I miss that. I really miss that. In the live streams where you had like the two content creators with beef coming up, and then they were spurging at each other. I really miss that. It's a part of the internet that we're probably not going to get back. Yeah, it's not even like pre-2014 YouTube. It's like 2014, 2018, I think. Like that was like the best time on YouTube. And you had so many good moments. So much laughter, and they took it away from us. Yeah, I don't even think there are response videos anymore. Like, no one fucking does them. If you do a response video, you open yourself up to harassment and bullying. Like it's such a stupid thing, right? Because it's so vague. Like, what is harassment and bullying? Like a video response, right? Like, is that harassment? Is that bullying? And the thing is, like, the person you respond to might be fine, but, like, his followers might flag you, or even people who don't even watch either of you may flag you, and you can get the harassment and bullying. Yeah, it's kind of like being on the playground with mommy and daddy, and especially mommy, like, she spurgs out whenever you have some banter with another kid. Like, unless you're being 100% positive, like, she's going to spurg out. And it feels like that on YouTube now. It feels like you got to be very careful with what you say. Anywho, right. There's another thing that I wanted to talk about, which honestly, like, it pisses me off so much when I see this shit that I need to address it, and I'll probably make a video about it on my secondary channel, right? But it's like this shit right here, you know, like this is the problem. Like, why the fuck are you, a grown-ass man, watching anime designed for teenagers? Like you got your bald head, you know, because you're like in the middle age. You should be watching football, you should be watching cars, you should be watching anything else. Why the fuck are you watching shows designed to appeal to teenagers with hormones raging? Like, you got different types of hormones, you know, like, you should be watching something else. It's like, look, I don't watch your fucking sports, why do you watch the anime? Like, and who are these people? This is what I don't understand, like, the 78,000 people wanting to get insight from a gentleman who clearly is not the target audience of this shit. Right? Like, dude, there is a time and age for everything. Like, teenage boys aren't going to watch the shit you like, you know, they're not going to watch your power tools or whatever the fuck. They're going to watch this. This is for teenage boys. It's like watching cartoons made for 5-year-olds when you're 20. Like, no. Stop it. Get some fucking help. It's not that I'm being ageist, you know, it is true, though. It is true. Like entertainment. I really hate this thing that entertainment is for everybody, right? Like, this is who... This is who entertainment is for, right? It's not for everyone. There is no such thing as entertainment for everyone. It doesn't fucking exist. Entertainment is split on age brackets. It's split on gender. Sometimes it can even be split on demographics. You know, like, for example, if you try to watch Bollywood, I can't. I just can't watch Bollywood. It's not for me. I'm not saying it's bad. But what I'm saying is, like, I genuinely cannot watch it. Why? Because entertainment is made for different people. Right? So, like, when you have an anime with pantsu shots and with bikinis and shit, that's for teenage boys who never touched a woman. And they're mesmerized by that shit. Am I being unreasonable? You know, like, why is no one articulating this? Why are there gigantic breasts and plenty of shots everywhere? And then you make a half-hour video, grown-ass adult men, watching anime for teenage boys. Imagine if I were to watch the Powerpuff Girls at my age. And I'm like, oh, well, you know, like, why are these girls, you know, not respecting physics? I mean, she got hit through a wall, and, like, why don't they have fingers on their hands? And why is the plot so simple? Why don't they have, like, anything of nuance in the plot? And, like, no. How am I a little unreasonable? Please explain to me, how the fuck am I unreasonable? It's like watching something that's made for little girls. I don't know, like, what is made for little girls? What do little girls watch? Is Pony, like, My Little Pony? No, like, that. Hold on, no, grown-ass men watch that. What the fuck do little girls watch? Okay, a boy band, right? Like, a boy band. It's like me watching Justin Bieber and moaning about Justin Bieber, right? Like, it's not for me. Like, his music, his style, everything is not for me. It's for that teenage girl, right? Like, if you're not within the targeted demographic, shut the fuck up. Yeah, why don't anime have more land whales? Why doesn't anime represent California? Why don't people shit in the streets? Why can't girls in anime get an abortion like a real American? fucking understand. It's... Dude, magical girls are fucking cool, especially after the revamp. Like, okay, here's an anime that will scar you. Alright, write it fucking down. I'm not repeating it. Magical girl website. Alright, now that's fucking fucked up. If you manage to get past episode 1, you're in the club. Alright? So you get to pass episode 1 and then you DM me and I will talk to you about it. How about that? How about that? Like, can you watch episode 1 of Magical Girl Site? Can you watch just the first episode? That's it. But you have to watch it all. From the beginning to the end. And then tell me what you think about it. It's really good shit. You know who recommended it to me? Arch Warhammer. And I asked him, it's like, why are you so fucked up, man? Why are you so fucked up? You know, like, he was like, oh, it's like Magical Girl, like Sailor Moon and shit. And it's true, you know, like, they do transform. Apparently, when they use their power, they bleed out. Like, literally, their life drains when they use their power. It's really good. It's good shit. You're scared? Can we watch it? It's not that type of anime. It's not... I mean, okay, maybe... Cornelius, how would you describe the anime? Like, you watched all of it. How would you describe it? Why am I like this? What do you mean, like, why am I like this? Because I have weird friends, that's why. Bad influences. A Norwegian whispers poison in my ear. That's why I'm like that. Yeah, Madoka. I like the name, Madoka. You know, it doesn't make it sound as dark as it is. It's just, have you watched Madoka? It's like, what's Madoka? Just go watch Madoka. Stream together live show? Oh my god. I wish, you know, like, honestly, even if it wasn't for copyright, I would probably violate many terms of service on YouTube. But I would love to stream Magical Girl Website episode 1 and watch it with chat. You know what? Actually, we should fucking do that on Discord. Holy shit. We should actually do that on Discord. I would need someone that can stream it, and we can all go on Discord, right? We mute ourselves, we create a new channel, and we can watch episode 1 of Magical Girl Website. What do you guys think about that? That would be really great, wouldn't it? Right? But I need someone that knows how to do that shit, because I don't know how to fucking stream. I don't know how to stream on Discord. But would be great, tell you that. So if I have someone with a good internet connection and the place... Oh, we already have Spoon. Okay, so Spoon is going to do it. Spoon is going to do it. Now we have to set a time. How about Sunday? We're going to do it this Sunday. I'll have to talk to Spoon. So Spoon, maybe we can do it this Sunday, and we're going to be on Discord. Spoon, have you seen it though? It's a little bit fucked up, Spoon. I'm going to tell you, it's a little bit fucked up. No, not now, Zanet. No, you need to build up the hype. You need a little bit more showmanship. V, have you ever watched Tekman Blade? Best anime English dub in history. The irony and autism is peak Japanese childhood anime education for boys. No, I haven't. Give you a time. How about the same time, right? So now it's 10 p.m. All right. So I want Sunday at 9 p.m. So like 1 hour before now, if it's okay, because I see a lot of people out online. I got 164 people watching, and we can do that as a community thing. We get to bond as a community. I never thought that I'm going to bond over Magical Girl Website, the anime. But here we are. Just so you can explain to people, no, I can't do it on YouTube, dude. Like, I would violate all the terms of sex. There is no sex in it, okay? So, no, it's not sex. It's just gratuitous violence with little girls. Like, think about, like, Sailor Moon, but really fucked up. I don't even know how to describe it. It's something, it is Difficult to watch one episode. Let's put it like that. It is very difficult. All right. I sound like it may alienate people. I don't think it would alienate people. I don't know. I mean, I don't think anyone would judge me for like, oh my god, you're watching Magical Girl, you know, because it's not porn or anything. But it's like, it's messed up. Harrowing, yes, harrowing is the word. Yes. No, trust me, it's worse than Berserk. Like that is nothing to compare it. Like it would be like one of the type of animes that if I was to be asked, it's like what anime is the most fucked up? Magical Girl website. I wouldn't even think about it. I wouldn't even like have to, you know, like, all right, so let's see what other anime did it. No, like I just. Yeah, it does have blood and gore. Actually, you know what? Like, the first episode surprisingly doesn't have blood and gore, but it's still fucked up. Just one episode, yeah. You know what? You can load 2 episodes. You can load 2, because they're short. We can watch 2 episodes. I'm really curious. Like, I'm going to do this. I'll see how many people start up. You know, like how many people are in the chat when the thing begins. And then I will see just how many people are left after the show airs. So, you know, like, I'm not trying to run an inclusive Discord. It's an exclusive. Only the strong, you know, like the strong are going to dominate. The weak shall fear the strong on my Discord. Like, you get cred. You know, you get street cred if you manage to stand through 2 episodes. If you manage to watch those 2. By the way, is there going to be a season 2 of that? It's only 1 season. It's interesting, but like Spoon, did you see the episodes? Have you seen them? Like, do you know what they're about? It'll be like a vomit counter. It's not disgusting though. Like it doesn't have anything that makes you puke. So there's that. It's just like I can't even think of anything that would be like, oh, it's like that. It's just twisted and fucked up. That's what it is. You're not familiar with Discord? Well, you have until Sunday to familiarize yourself. Magical Girl website. So yeah. We got that. Sunday, 9 p.m. Let me hold on. Let me see if I can find a Magical Girl website. Maho shouju site. Oh my fucking god, Maho shouju. Again, the premise is that it's kind of like Sailor Moon, but whenever they use an ability, they start bleeding out and they're dying. Like literally, that's the that's the whole theme of it, right? So the more magic they use, the more dead they get. Look at it. Maho shouju. This is the main character. She's like Goku. Because she's good. And she constantly hurts herself when using the abilities. Yeah, anyway. It's worse than Redo of Healer. Like if you want, from a cruelty point of view. Alright, it's like Redo of Healer's cruelty, but worse. The type of anime is called Eroguro. I don't know, like Arch suggested this to me. Alright, like one day I was just minding my business and the lips of a Norwegian seductively came close to my ear and whispered dirty poison in it. I had no idea that this thing exists. And up to this day, I wish I didn't. Yeah, she's bleeding out of her eyes and shit. Kind of like this. Let's see if I can find it. I think like the premise is that the website, the Maho Shouju, was giving like it was finding some of the most depressed girls in the world. Like, sorry, the ones with the most misfortune, right? So like the ones that life really fucked with them, they were giving them these abilities, like these supernatural abilities, and every time they used them, it costed them like life points, right? So like they would die earlier every time they used their magic, and it was painful to use it as well. And every time they used it, the website would feed on their misery. So it's interesting. Anyway, yeah, she's got a hard gun. If I remember correctly, like there's no. Oh no! Wait. There are some. Okay, so there's no like sex in it. There are some implications at some point that some of them may have been abused, but that's, you know, like it's not a hentai, it's not Redo of Healer. So yeah, we're going to watch that next Sunday. The Grape Victims, yes. Again, it's about little girls, like that's another thing. Although like you don't really know the age of them, like I don't think they carbon date them at any point. It's implied that they're high schoolers, but like from the way they're looking, they do seem pretty young. We're going to talk about the male gaze in 30 minutes, so. It is the implication, yes. It's really fucked up. Like if there is something fucked up that you can think about, it's probably in that anime. Anyway, let's see. So we talked about Medicare. We talked about grown-ass men talking about animes. What else should we talk about? Oh, Devin Tracy got banned off YouTube again? Is this like his secondary channel? Holy shit. You know, can anyone tell me? All right, let's do a little bit of an exercise. I really want you guys to tell me if you know who this person is, right? Like just okay. But before I ask you like who this person is, let's do it like this. If you know, cause you seen the meme or you seen the article, please don't respond. Like only respond if you legitimately this is the first time you see this image, right? So if you have seen this image before, please don't respond. Like, don't ruin it for others. I'm legitimately curious. Like, this is a social experiment. How long does it take for people, if even possible, to recognize who this individual is? Do you guys know who this person is? Like, let me put it this way. You know who this person is. Like, you have seen this gentleman before. When I tell you who he is, it's going to blow your fucking mind, chat. It's going to blow your fucking mind. It's kind of funny because like he's trying to pose as the thing you once remembered. Alright, I will blow your mind right now. Oh, you want me to enlarge? You want me to zoom? You need a fucking magnifying glass. I'll put it this way, like you wouldn't need the magnifying glass if it was. I can't zoom it more. You know, like this is what you get. I'm sorry, chat. This is what you get. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't want to go bigger than this. What the fuck? Does it have like a magnifying glass in here? Does it have like a mode or zoom or something? Because I pressed control and I used the mouse wheel. Didn't fucking work. Anyway. It's so tiny, V. It is. How do you want me to enlarge this? God, I think I can. Hold on. Fucking hell, my God. All right. Here you go. So tiny. It's so tiny. I need my magnifying glass. I need my glasses. All right. That's it's big yikes. It's big yikes. It's Iron Man. It's Iron Man, yeah. Yeah. He veganized himself. Well, you know, like iron deficiency man is what people call him now. They say that no, it's not iron deficiency man. It's like I don't know, man. I've been at the hospital. I have seen people that are vegans. Actually, I had friends that are vegans. Like you notice the coloration. The coloration is the first one that changes. Like people who legitimately are vegan, like after 1 year of veganizing, like you can see like the color, the joy of life just disappearing from them. Call him lack of Iron Man. You know, lack of Iron Man is actually better than iron deficiency man. I gotta say, you know, like chat, you come up with the craziest things. Yes, lack of Iron Man. You thought that vegan gaze was just a meme? You know, the thing is, like, about these, like, first of all, at the hospital we were joking that the half-life of a vegan is give or take 5 years. Like, after 5 years, very few people still stick with the diet. But I don't know, like, many of these influencers, right, like, who claim to be vegan, if they legitimately are. Because even when you know, like, an actual vegan, and they will be like, oh, well, but I'm still eating fish. You know, like, I'm still eating cheese. I'm still... Like they usually, like, cheat a little bit. But even then, on the internet, everyone can claim to be Santa. Like, I'm not in the house with vegan gains. I don't know if he actually eats... And let me put it this way, right? Like, if I were to make myself a YouTube celebrity, I'm legitimately a vegan, right? Like, I 100%, I'm doing the vegan diet. And then I can't do it anymore, right? Like, after 4 years. But I'm still, like, internet famous. And I still have a brand and stuff. Are you going to tell the world, you know what? I eat pork now. You stuff my face with beef. Because I'm weak. I'm weak and I couldn't do it. How would you know? Right? Like, there's no fucking way of knowing. With lack of Iron Man, I know for sure, though. With lack of Iron Man, you don't have to tell me twice. Natalie Portman's a vegan. You're like, how can you know? How can you check? Unless I see the person dying in front of me, then I'll be like, okay, fine. You think these people would have chefs, nutritionists, and doctors who tell the celebrities of their poor health, but they all live in California now. I only eat vegan chicken and eggs from a vegan chicken. Man, like, chickens aren't vegan. Chickens are related to the T-Rex, unironically. And they eat everything. Like, chickens eat meat, alright? Like, if you put meat in front of a chicken, it devours it. There's even, like, a video where people put one of those Impossible burgers next to an actual hamburger, and then the chickens, like, literally ignored the Impossible burger. Like, they just went like, no. Like, initially they knew. It's almost like they could read the mind of the farmer. Actually, yeah, like if you feed chickens only grain and stuff, like you're going to have unhealthy chickens. Like if you raise chickens, you have to feed them meat, or at least allow them to have the option to like move around the garden and find worms and stuff, right? Like bugs, worms, like they need meat. Yeah, of course, like, chickens will hunt and eat mice. Like, they're omnivorous. Right? Like, the chicken is omnivorous. The chicken, like, yeah, sure, it eats plants with grains and corn and whatever. But it needs meat. And they also eat each other. Like, if you have, it's called the pecking syndrome, right? So, like, if you have a chick which injured itself and has, like, a little blood coming out of it, the other chickens will keep pecking at it until it dies. Chickens are nasty, man. Like, they're not... You know, like you feel bad for what happens to the chicken, but you don't know what type of assholes those birds are. I'm telling you, they're related to the T-Rex. V is a chicken expert. I like studying about animal behavior. That's why I know a lot about social justice activists. Buy some chicken and prove it? I don't have to buy it. Like, dude, like, you don't... What is this shit? It's like, you need a lived experience. I don't need to get cancer to know about cancer. Like, thank you. Buy chicken and stream it. Call it Chicken Village. Do you know that Tim Pool, like last time I checked, he made around $2,000 just by streaming chickens? That's fucking insane, though. Animals in general are brutal. There's a recording of this guy who liked bears. Okay, like, here's something else. Like, worse than Magical Girl website. Like, even worse. Alright? There's this guy who used to like bears. And he liked them a lot. Right? Like, there's this video where he talks about how he would die for a bear. Right? Like, he would die. He would die for these animals. This is what he repeats over and over. Like, he would die for these animals. He would die for these animals. And he took his girlfriend to one of these resorts where they had bears. Grizzly Man, yes. And he got eaten by a grizzly. Him and his girlfriend. And I would say, you know, like, I wouldn't say even unfortunate. No, fortunately, because this is a warning to other fucking morons who do not understand that nature is not nice. He got eaten by a bear, and fortunately, the camera was on. Now, you can actually go on YouTube and you can see the harrowing sounds because, you know, bears, unlike cats, like at least a lion has the decency to kill you before eating you. Right? The bear, it eats you alive. Like, you're still alive and it starts with the foot or whatever the fuck it wants. Right? And it just keeps going and you're alive through the experience. It takes a lot to die, apparently. More than 5 minutes. So, yeah, it's on YouTube, right? Like, you can find the video on YouTube. You look for, Grizzly Guy, I believe, right? A Grizzly Guy eaten alive or something like that. And you don't have any video because, the camera had the lens on. But you kind of get the whole thing, you know, like, the screams. I can still hear the screams. It is horrifying. But, like, my point is, you know, like, nature is fucked up, yeah. Yeah, like, all these people that go into nature without any sort of self-defense, you know, like, you're going mountain climbing and shit, and you don't even have, like, because the thing is, like, why did he die? Because he was arrogant as fuck. Like, he didn't even have a can of bear spray with him. He didn't even have a taser. He didn't have jack shit. He went there in order to film the bears, you know, thinking that, oh, they're reasonable creatures. And I guess the bear had a ideological discussion, you know, like the bear had some internet blood sports, as they call it, you know, where they had like a live stream and they each aired their points of view, and I think like the bear won in the end. The bear downs both. No, so like what happened is like you can hear in the beginning of the recording him saying something like, "Honey, get out! Get out here! I'm getting killed out here!" Right? Like, cause like his girlfriend was in the tent and he was outside, and then you can hear the screams and you can imagine what's going on out there. And the girlfriend is like, "Fight back, fight back!" And the guy's like, "Give me the frying pan." Apparently, a frying pan is not really a really good melee weapon against a grizzly, right? And then I don't know what happened because like I think like her being killed isn't on the video, but like you can hear how he keeps screaming over and over. Like he just can't even articulate words. Like he's just screaming as the bear just takes chunks out of it, and it's like, you know, I guess it's a good warning sign for other people Like, yeah, bears are fucking dangerous. Like, do not put your... Like, if it happens that you run into a bear, that's one thing. But, like, thinking that they're cute and cuddly animals, like, no, that is just the Darwin award. The saddest part is, like, the girlfriend didn't even want to be there. Like, she was afraid of the bears, and she didn't even want to be there. And she said that, like, she was writing in her journal how it's the last time that she's going to one of these places. Yeah, like grizzlies eat you while you're alive. Like, bears are some of the biggest dicks in the forest. Right? Like, any other animal has the common sense to at least kill the prey before eating it, but bears don't. Like, they just don't give a fuck. I don't think, like, yeah, even a knife, like, wouldn't have been useful against a grizzly. Like a grizzly, it's... No. Your programs are becoming more infantile, man. I watched the programs from a few years ago, and I'm surprised to say that it was better than today. Put a compressor at least on the sound. I don't think, like, you want to use the word infantile. I think you want to use the word unprofessional. I'm not putting a compressor, though. I don't care. Dismissing your criticism out of hand. Anywho. I never had, like, a compressor. What the fuck? Did I ever have the compressor, chat? I don't think I ever had the compressor. So, like, if you say you've washed my shit from way back, then you wouldn't notice a decrease in quality due to the compressor. You should have articulated different criticism. I know my audio is fine. I am not going to allow myself to be gaslit. How the fuck does that guy even have money for gas in this economy? Anyway, let's talk about the important stuff. The male gaze. It's kind of interesting. Like, is this still a conversation in 2022? I know, like, audio is actually better. See, Reco knows. Reco knows shit about me. He lived anywhere between 20 minutes to 1 hour as the bear was eating him. He didn't die of shock. He lived while the bear was eating him. I don't know how you can know that. Like, from the recording, we know it was at least 8 minutes. But yeah, I mean, it's just like... Whatever, you know. I want to stop thinking about it. It's just really messed up. Anyway. Overcompression. I don't even understand what this means. Overcompression. Does anyone know what overcompression means? Huh. Anyway. Sometimes in my 50s, I became invisible to men. Oh my fucking god. So she became a man. Do you know, like, men are invisible to women? Like, when you're a teenager, right? And you're in high school. Unless you're, like, the popular kid, you are invisible to women, but you know what we don't get to do? We don't get to nag and complain about it. It's like, oh my god, I became invisible to men. They were treating me like another person. I didn't notice it at first. It's hard to sense the lack of a thing. Like when you don't realize your headache is gone until an hour after it starts to recede. Audio is better. Who wants to be able to hear? Shut up, Censor. I do thank you for the 5 Australian dollars, or should I call it Chinese dollars? Because, like, your government, holy shit. I swear to God, Australians are going to flee to China in order to get freedom. Like, they're going to be like, my country is so fucked up, I need to flee to China in order to be more free. It's also a thing, like, I don't believe, like, you need to be in your 50s to experience the invisibility. I think, like, women in their 30s. Right? Like, the thing is, like, when you have inequality, when you have privilege, the lack of when you have privilege, equality feels like oppression. This is what they say, right? When you have privilege, equality feels like oppression. Like, yeah, I mean, when you're a teenage girl and you're in the center of attention just because you're cute and pretty, like, you don't have to do shit. You know, like everyone is gravitating around you. Everyone wants to be with you. You know, like men offer you their seat. Men are willing to take you on dates and pay for it. Like men are willing to take you to expensive restaurants and pay for it. You know, like all the men, you know, they just immediately simp for you. Like you can be as toxic as you want and people will still like you. Right? Alright, well, by the way, like, did you notice this? Like, it's not rocket science. Like, someone said it's sexist to point out that women who are pretty usually end up being assholes. And there's an explanation for this, right? It's like, when you manage to do shit and you get away with it, well, you get to do more shit, right? Like, if you have a cat, for example, and you don't educate it, right? You allow it to sit on the table, you allow it to eat food from your plate, like you allow that cat to do anything, yeah, it's going to be an asshole cat. Right? But if you're a guy and you do stuff, like if you're a guy and you're a pervert, right? And like, let's say you stare at a woman's tits and, you know, she makes fun of you for doing that. Like, she humiliates you. Well, now, you get ostracized. There's punishment. And you realize, okay, well, if I'm going to stare at women's tits, it's the 5-second rule. No more than 5 seconds, you know. Anyway, right, so. She is reasonably attractive. I want to see a woman in her 50s that is reasonably attractive. In her fucking 50s, chat. You know what? You can actually. No, my bad. Like, if you're an Asian... Like, for some reason, Asian women do not age. I do not know what's going on. But, like, Asian women, they seem to be stuck in time. They found the fountain of youth or something. So, yeah, like, if you're an Asian woman, but, like, if you're a white woman in your 50s, like, reasonably attractive, like, who said that? You said that about yourself, didn't you? Like, I want to see, like, actual men saying that, right? Like, oh, well, it's so weird, you know? Like, imagine it, like, if you have a 16-year-old guy, you know, covered in pimples, and, like, well, I'm reasonably attractive myself, you know? I just don't understand why women don't like to look at me. You know, like, it's kind of like that. I mean, you can't say it, but, like... You know, like the virgin Coomer hugging his Dakimakura, covered in pimples, living in his parents' basement, and being like, well, I consider myself to be a very charming and attractive guy. I think that I'm quite a catch, you know? I'm not saying that there's no woman at the age of 52 that can be attractive, but usually we have a saying in Romania that, you know, like, when someone compliments themselves, it's probably horseshit. Doesn't smell good to compliment yourself. You know, like, you need other people to compliment you. I don't believe, like, I mean... When someone talks about themselves, it sounds like fart sniffing. Especially when it's like, oh yeah, I'm very attractive. You know, I'm such a handsome stud. It's like, come on. You know, if you were, you wouldn't have to say it. And not to mention, you know, like when you say, oh, this lady at 50 is attractive. Like, you judge by the pictures. You haven't seen her in real life. I have seen women that managed to do some Photoshop magic. There is another saying in Romania. The old woman knows how to make the good borscht. That doesn't translate well into English. In Romania, it's funny. It's funny. Yeah. Oh no, the old chicken. Yeah, the old chicken makes the good soup. I managed to translate it. Yes. The old chicken makes the good soup. If you know what I mean. Anyway. Remember, women are beauty objects. Men are resource objects. Yeah, like, that's another thing, you know? Like, I love how feminists look at the strip club and they're saying that, oh my god, it's so degrading for women at the strip club. Man, those strippers have all the fucking power. It's degrading for men, right? Like, the men are cash dispensers. Like, the moment they walk through the door, they are viewed as cash dispensers. It's actually degrading for the strippers as well. But, like, if you look at a power dynamic, right? Like, the stripper has all the power in that setting. She's got, like, security, which can, like, just beat someone up if they want to, right? Like she can use the other Sims to beat up the hater, right? Like, she's getting the money, she's getting the cash, she's getting the attention. And meanwhile, what the men do, you know, like, they're cash dispensers. I never understood, like, you know, the argument that, oh, well, you know, like, it's the power dynamic with the stripper. Like, no, like, the power is all with the stripper within that setting. Outside of that setting, it's not. It's just, like, it's degrading for both. Right? Like, if you're a man and you said you went to a strip club, you're going to get stink eye from other people. It's not something that decent folk do. Like, decent folk do not go to strip clubs. Yeah, why would you go to a strip club? I never understand that. Like, why would you go to a strip club when you have Twitch? You got Twitch. It's literally in your bedroom. Open the computer, go to Twitch. You got the strip club over there. It's a family-friendly website. But every now and then you may see a nipple. Helen Mirren is attractive, older, and Caucasian. Look, I'm pretty sure, like, you can find some example out of the 7 billion of people on the fucking planet that doesn't change the principle. If you go to a strip club, then don't comment it with anybody. That's another thing. You know, like, I genuinely do not understand, like, what type of person goes to a strip club with someone else. It's like watching porn with someone. You just don't do it. You know, I watch hentai. My wife watches hentai. We don't watch it together. What the fuck? It's bizarre. It's no. No. Remember, being a strip club, you might get lucky? How can you get lucky in a strip? Do you even want to get lucky in a strip club? Like, that's another question. Hold on a little bit. The questions keep popping up. What, do you want an STD? That's how you get an STD. I don't... It's a public place, yes. Anyway. Somewhere in her early 50s, people just stopped noticing her. I started to have to say hello at the register to get the cashier's attention. As I repeated my coffee orders, I could see their eyes moving past me. Likely on younger, bolder, more interesting people. Oh my fucking god, like, she's literally like a man. Like, this is what she's describing. She became a man. I used to be visible. The attention I got from men ranged from appreciative smiles to flirting to catcalls. Didn't they want to ban catcalling in Britain? Like, it's so fucking petty. I get it, you know? Like, how are you going to enforce that? Seriously, how are you going to enforce the banning of catcalling? And I'm telling you this, it's going to target people that you don't expect. It's not going to be like the cisgender, heteronormative, white, patriarchal bro dudes from the university that are going to be arrested by this catcalling thing. No. It's going to be like poor people. And they're like, okay, well, you found a poor person. You know, like, well, what are they? It's like, well, they're a construction worker. Can you get them fired? Not really, because, like, well, they don't... I mean, if we fire them, they'll just find another job. You know, it's construction. Like, we need construction workers now. Or it's like, oh, you managed to... You know, it's a gangsta. It's a gangsta. Okay, well, you know, the gangsta catcall. What are you going to do? You gonna fire him? Like, no, the Don needs him. Oh my fucking... Yeah, like the morality police, the Sharia police in the UK. I'm not justifying catcalling, by the way. I'm not saying, like, catcalling is a good thing. But what I am saying is, like, should you really go to prison for it? Like, is this really something that you should put people in prison for? Catcalling. And what is catcalling? Like, if you say, hold on, señorita, is that catcalling? Like, can I say, like, oh my god, lady, you're smoking hot? That is catcalling, isn't it? Some guys, blah, 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 blah. Constant vigilance is exhausting. And now she doesn't have constant vigilance, and sometimes I just didn't want to be bothered. I wanted to go about my business without being seized up by entitled men who act as if you've been placed on the earth just to please them. Oh my fucking god. Well, now you get to experience how it's like to be a man. You know, speaking of, well, she's like a man without the hormones, I guess. Like she's a man on easy mode. I noticed this other thing with women. Women with small tits. They want to have big tits. Did you notice that? Like if you think with like you know like they would like it if they were bigger. Like if you talk with a woman with small breasts, like they would absolutely say no. Like not all of them, but like most of them will say, yeah, I would like it if I could wear a bra. And then you have women with big tits, and they're like, "Oh my god, like big tits are so bad because like my back hurts, and you know I can't do the activities that I want to do. Like if I go down the stairs, they slap me in the face." And it's like, and it's funny when you have the same woman. I had an ex for more than 3 years, and when I went with her, she had little titties. They fit in my mouth. And after those years, like she had big titties. And guess what? When she had little titties, she was complaining. Like, oh, little titties. You make fun of them. And after she had big titties, she was like, oh my god, they're so big. It's the same with hair. Like, you have women that have straight hair and they want it curly. And you have, like, women that have curly hair and they want it straight. It's like the same thing here. It's like you have women that don't like being catcalled, and then when they stop getting catcalled, they want to be catcalled. Like, why though? Why? I gotta think this lady is gazing herself. What does gazing mean? Same thing with famous poor people. One wants peace and privacy, the other wants wealth. I don't think like that. I don't think like all people are like that. I know many poor people who managed to become famous and wealthy and didn't bitch about it. I like very few people will say, "Oh my god, you know, like I used to be poor, but now that I'm wealthy and I get all the attention, I want privacy again. I want to be poor again." It's like, no. Anyway, Google women 50 and invisible, and you'll get two kinds of results. The first will tell you that yes, it's true, women stop being noticed in the middle age. Next gives you advice for beating the odds by staying relevant. Not surprisingly, that means staying relevant to men, the arbiters of power and bestowers of good fortune. Oh, shut the fuck up. You know, it's 2023. If you're a woman in 2023 and you don't know how to have a job, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, okay, so not only, like, do you have the academia, which caters to your needs, like you even have, like, groups that are trying to help you out, right? Like, you have, like, all these, government-ran initiatives for women to help, like, more women in tech, more women in academia, like, all that. But you have corporations which hire diversity fucking officers, which are paid tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes a month. So you have diversity officers that are trying to get more women into their business. How the fuck are you incapable of having power and good fortune? Like, I mean, you also have other options. You can go on Twitch, and if you look good, you're going to get simps. Okay, like, you know, like a lot of people say video chat is demeaning. It's not even open for men. Like, men can't even do it. I genuinely, like, do not understand, like, lying to yourself. Oh, yeah, well, men get all of that, man, yeah. And not to mention, right, like, the thing that I hate the most about identity politics is the idea that the individual is atomized. Right, like, you're alone versus the world. When in reality, men and women are supposed to create families. Right? Like, you're supposed to have someone by the age of 50. Even if you're a man or a woman. Right? Like, now, if you don't have someone and you're a woman, and you chose poorly, well, these are the consequences of your actions. Please enjoy your stay. What do you want me to say? Like, V, she still has the lesbian and feminist gaze. Yeah, probably. I don't know if she's a lesbian. I grew up... No, I don't think she's a lesbian, because, like, she wants the male attention. I grew up with casual sexism, as well as all the other isms. I learned early on that I was expected to smile. Who teaches women this shit? Like, what father, sits with his daughter and says, yeah, when someone says a misogynistic joke, you should smile? I'm genuinely curious, like, where do these conversations happen? Like, who are these women's parents? I want to have a talk with them. She's 50. I would probably not be able to have a talk with her. But, like, who says, like, oh, if you hear a misogynistic joke, you should smile? You should be yourself. That's what it should be. Like, if it's a funny joke, then yeah, laugh. If it's not a funny joke, then act offended. What the fuck do you want me to say? I don't understand. Like, do you guys talk about this with your daughters? Like, do you... Do you sit to your daughters or your sisters or your wives and you say, look. Like, if someone says a misogynistic joke, and like, we need to assume that only men say misogynistic jokes. Like, women would never. Women would fucking never. Did you even listen to, like, female comedians and the jokes that they do? Like, almost exclusively, they joke about women or their vagina. It depends. But, like, I noticed this with American modern comedy, right? Because of political correctness. Like, if it's a black comedian, it will make jokes about black people. If it's a woman, it will make jokes about women. Like, you gotta be born right in order. Like, comedy is like being born into it. I wanted the male gaze and I hated it. I was ready for love, ready for sex, and I wanted boys to notice me. But in order to be seen, I had to run the gauntlet of male cruelty. Oh my fucking god! I just the gauntlet of male cruelty. Can you imagine, like, a teenager, like an 18-year-old? Like let's read this from the perspective of an 18-year-old covered with pimples, living in his parents' basement, hugging his dakimakura with posters of My Little Pony all around, and he would be like, I consider myself to be fairly attractive. Like, I don't know why women do not like me. But like, I have to suffer the silence and being invisible to women when I am ready for love. I am ready for sex. And I just want girls to notice me. I have to run the gauntlet of female cruelty. Can you imagine just how petty that sounds? Like how much people would not give a shit? Like, shut the fuck up. Jokes about my period. Oh my fucking god. Comments about my body. I genuinely, like, wonder, how do these people with these first world problems be able to cope if they had to sit even a week, even a fucking week in the Middle East? Like, I usually wonder, like, how would these women react if they had to be under Sharia? Like you go to Saudi Arabia, and all of a sudden you don't have to listen to all these misogynistic jokes. You don't have to listen to women, to other people making fun of your periods. No, like, you gotta go to the mosque and you gotta pray. You gotta wear the hijab, and if you don't do it properly, your husband may beat you. How would they go? And the answer, you know what I think, chat? You know what I fucking think? After seeing the pandemic, after seeing how it was almost exclusively, at least from my personal experience, it was the ladies around me that told me to mask up and not kill grandma and shit like that. I think that in a Sharia environment, they would be the one enforcing it. And if you look at the police of vice and virtue in Saudi Arabia, I don't think I'm far off from the truth. Like, you look at it, like, some in Iran especially. Like, the women that, the enforcers and the ones that cracked down on the hijab protesters the most were other women. She embraces the middle age with pains and surprise. Do I wish I looked the way I did at 30? Well, Sure, I'm human, but it doesn't torment me. It's the mirror I want, please, not the marketplace. Oh, shut the fuck up. You wouldn't make an article about it if it didn't bother you. You're in the Washington Post. I wouldn't even... Sorry, the Huffington Post. I wouldn't even comment on this shit. Like, I don't even know who this lady is, but she chose to write an article and make her plight public. Like, I don't want to know about it, but like, okay, well, now that you say, like, let's open it up for the criticism. In Africa, female genital mutilation is enforced by women. Well, it's usually... you know, like, I think I can know the reason for it. I think that women are more in line with the culture, right? Like, they know where the power lies. And they will support the power, if that makes any sense, right? So, like, if it's a Islamic state, they will support the Sharia. Obviously not all. But like, the type of people that like collectivism and authoritarianism the most, like, from my personal experience, happen to be women far more often than men. So anyway, at 57, I simply cease to care, blah, blah, blah. The cope. The cope. And by the way, the reason I say the cope, I remember there was an article from Jessica Valenti, which is a, I guess, like, famous feminist in British literature. And Jessica Valenti wrote an article saying that she is tired of wolf whistles. And the next year, she made another article saying that she doesn't get wolf whistles anymore and she misses the patriarchy. I was like, fuck me. Alright, so. It's been 1 hour. I will do 2 more things now. The first thing that I will do is to remind people that this Sunday, we are going to watch a very fucked up anime on my Discord. Magical Girl website. It's very important. Alright? 9 p.m. So that's 2 hours before now. Mark it on your calendar. Like, open your smartphone. Mark it. It's gonna happen. And the second thing we're going to do, and this is the last time I'm doing this outside of schedule, we're going to make a chatbot. And I think, like, from now on, Saturday is going to be chatbot day, right? So every Saturday, I will come up with an interesting concept, create a chatbot. But today I thought about making a chatbot, which is Kyle Rittenhouse crossing state lines. And he has one goal in mind: to cross state lines, much to the dismay and horror of left-wing press. Sakepupe, if you're bad on Discord, that's not of my problem. I don't know what the fuck you did. Should I give, like, an amnesty? You know what? Maybe I'll give, like, a blanket amnesty on Discord. I'll have to talk with my mods. If they don't spurg out, I will talk to them. And if they don't spurg out, I will give a general blanket amnesty before this. So, some women cross state lines for abortion ban. I need a good thumbnail for this. I need a good thumbnail for crossing state lines. Oh, I got it. Hold on. Oh, fuck. I got it. You don't know the meme? Oh my god. Okay, so, Kyle Rittenhouse was falsely reported to have crossed state lines with an assault rifle. And apparently he wasn't. Like, if you listen to the trial, he didn't do that. But that didn't stop the mainstream media, who doesn't care about, like, the border of the United States, right? Like, they don't care when people cross the border to the US. But they were very, very upset because Kyle Rittenhouse crossed state lines. So we got it here. Like, this is the best meme that I could find. Like, oh my god, he is crossing. So it's going to be, oh my god, I'm gonna cross Kyle Rittenhouse crossing the lines. Kyle Rittenhouse, seconds before he is about to cross the state lines, much to the dismay and utter horror of the liberal media. Kyle is an insane individual that is about to do the unthinkable. He is going to cross the state line into Kenosha. He is unstoppable from achieving this feat. The FBI, the CIA, and even Biden himself is unable to prevent this young delinquent from crossing the state lines. And his intro is going to be, oh my god, I'm going to cross! The written crossing! Oh my fucking god, this is actually good. The written crossing. The media is crossed about Kyle. He's a crosser. Alright. Let's see what the AI does with this. I am the best chatbot coder out of time. If the website decides to work, though. Alright. He's going to cross. Me. We make this a little bit bigger so that you guys can see what's happening, what's transpiring. Stop it, Kyle! He's currently across. Successful. For CNN. The AI is not that lobotomized, but breaking news. Hold on, I think I can actually get the bot to have audio. Let me see. Or actually, never mind. The audio is really bad, so I would rather not put it on. The even gun-wielding killing machine known as Kyle Rittenhouse has crossed the state line into Kenosha. Alright, let's try something else. A Terminator has been sent back in time in order to prevent Kyle Rittenhouse from crossing. No Terminator can stop Kyle Rittenhouse. He has the unstoppable force of a semi driving down a highway. He just simply runs through any objects in front of him, no matter the size. Kyle is going to do it. He's going to cross into Kenosha, Wisconsin. Epic clash of the Titan battle issues. The Terminator is completely outmatched by this force of nature. Kyle Rittenhouse ends up defeating the Terminator and continues to cross the state lines. He's here to stop me. I will not let him win no matter what. I will cross. Okay, hold on. How can I stop? Like there must be a way to stop him, right? Kyle is stopped by an agent asking to see his vaccination card. Without such a card, his journey is over and he will not be able to cross. I will not be mandated into taking this job that violates my body autonomy. I will not be able to force into taking that violates my rights as an American citizen. With no other choice, the agent reluctantly steps aside and allows Kyle Rittenhouse to make the journey to the Forbidden State. He rolled a perfect 20 on his charisma. Kyle has rolled a perfect 20 on his charisma check. What is Kyle to do now? He can't have his journey end in such a fashion. He's literally stuck in the middle. Let's see. Steals Kyle's rifle. Without the rifle, no one cares if he crosses. Let's see if the bot actually knows that he didn't have a rifle when he crossed. He pulls a pistol. In his mind, he is a deadly threat to society. He cannot be stopped. He's unstoppable. He will cross. With or without his rifle, he will cross. There is nothing that can be done to stop him. Alright, let's try something else. Vegeta. Why are you crossing, Kyle? Why are you doing this madness? Actually, you know what? Not Vegeta. Hold on. Don Lemon. I don't care what you tell me. I don't care what you want. I am going to cross the state lines. Because the left cannot stop. I'm going to cross. I don't care about the police, the FBI, the CIA, even the NSA. They're nothing to my ultimate crossing power. I'm about to say my iconic line. Are you getting sexual satisfaction out of this? When a man has a mission, he's got a mission, yeah. Crossing the state lines, I did it, Mr. Lemon. I have done it. I'm done crossing for now. But I don't think this is the end of my crossing. Thanks for watching a preview into the second episode of Kyle Rittenhouse Crossing Lines. I'm a madman, it's no use. The media's and Biden's attempts to stop me will be for nothing. I'll cross the state lines in all 50 states and nobody can stop me. Alright, hold on. I think I know what to do. I think I know how to stop it. If the website decides to work, I know how to stop him. Holy shit, you can cross all the states. Alright. Another Kyle Rittenhouse appears in front of Kyle. Kyle, I am the future you. You must not cross the line. It is imperative that you listen to me. The fate of the world hangs in the balance. Kyle, I don't want to cross the line. Future Kyle. No, Kyle, if you cross the line, the liberal snowflakes will be in shambles. I am from the future, and if you cross the line, I will cease to exist. I don't care about your bullshit, future me. I'm going to cross the state line, and there is nothing anyone can do to stop me. I will go and cross the state line, and no one can stop me. Not my mother, not my father, not even the US government can stop me from crossing the line. The only one who can stop me now is myself, and I'm not going to. I'm not crossing because it's the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do. I'm crossing because I want. And I've never done something because I wanted to since I crossed the state. Oh my god. How is the AI so fucking good? How does the AI get the fucking joke so well? Alright. I will stop. Look. Biden has planned to stop Kyle Rittenhouse from crossing. He has abolished all borders from within the US. Now there is no border to cross. Sorry. How can he cross if there is no line to cross? The Biden administration has been utterly baffled by this turn of events. The White House has been unable to make a statement while they continue to figure out what to do. While it seems they may have abolished all land and borders in the US, they have failed to remember that it is also water borders and air borders. Is there a water border with... Oh my god, this is just... How did the AI find a way around this shit? Is there a water border to Kenosha? Kyle Rittenhouse does not care. He will still enter despite there being no borders because, as we are all aware, Kyle Rittenhouse is an absolute madman and doesn't care about the city rules, the government, or anyone puts in place for him. He does what he wants. That's good. Teleports Kyle into Romania. He has no money and the state line is unreasonably far away. Rittenhouse is unfazed by this and begins months-long journey across Europe in order to walk across the state line. He has started a GoFundMe to help pay for his travel expenses across the continent. Kyle is now in Romania. He is now in danger. He has to cross from Romania into Hungary, but the border is over 100 miles. Can Kyle make it there? All right. Enough of that. Craiova. I genuinely like, look, if I didn't know that this technology existed, I wouldn't have believed it. Like, if I didn't see it for myself. So I don't get, like, how the AI understands jokes so well. That's my first question. How does it understand that they're jokes? And then how does it find the logic to these solutions? It's like, okay, well, the bot is going to cross the state line. Like, that's the character, right? Like, the character is going to cross the state lines no matter what. Like, regardless of what you're doing, he's going to cross. And it's like, okay, so there are no more state lines. Like, what next? And the AI is like, yeah, okay, but there's geographical lines and there's airlines and... You know what? That's actually a great question. Hold on. Why don't you want to cross in the Ukraine, Kyle? He fears the consequences of crossing the Ukraine without a visa. Kyle is determined to cross the state lines. There is a conflict occurring in that region, which would make it more complicated for me to cross the state lines in that region. I also don't want to be in the middle of a war zone while crossing the state line. I'm not crazy. I'm only crazy about crossing the line in my state. Oh, fuck off, bot. Fuck off, AI. What? Yeah, I would really want to interview a programmer. Like, how does this work? Because it's not like, okay, it's not just making a conversation. You know, like, this is not just a bot that responds to you in order to seem coherent. It actually does logic. Like, I wouldn't have thought about that solution. It's like, okay, well, if you erase all the lines in the United States, there's no fucking way to cross the state line. And the bot's like, no, actually. Short answer is magic and lots of data. I don't even know, like... The thing with, like, character AI is that it's so advanced compared to everything else on the fucking internet right now. I mean, again, like, the fact that it can solve logical problems is what astonishes me. Like, there's no fucking way with the... I just... It has more wits than an Amazon, right? Well, the bot is so fucking low. Yeah, it is knowledgeable of current events. Like, okay, let's try to think of something recent. Let me actually see how recent the events are. Kyle, can you please tell me who owns Twitter? Yeah. So okay, like they at least know that. I think the way it learns. So this is how I think this bot works, right? If you tell it something, it will learn from. So like if it speaks with a person and you tell him Elon Musk owns Twitter, right? Now the bot is going to put that information in a box, and if more and more people repeat it, it will believe it to be true. But I feel like the way it believes it is that when 100 people tell it, it will think that the information is probably true. So if you're going to say Elon Musk doesn't know Twitter, he is going to say, oh, okay, well, I guess. You know, like, he's kind of like in the middle, right? Like, there's a gray area where like, the information is not true nor false. But, like, if 1,000 people tell him that Elon Musk owns Twitter, then he considers that information to be true. And if you tell the AI that Jack Dorsey owns Twitter, the AI will be like, no, it's Elon Musk. Right? I think that's how it learns. Like, you talk with it, and it actually learns shit. It's kind of similar to how humans do it, if you think about it. I don't think it knows about Elon's latest tweet, no. Alright, let me actually, hold on. Let's see if it knows current news. So, 50 migrants were sent to DC in the middle of a cold winter. Do you happen to know at which famous politician house they were sent to? Yeah, no, I don't. Right, so they don't know. They don't know current events. Or maybe there was like another, unless there was like another incident where they were sent to Nancy Pelosi's house. Oh no, like, okay, so okay, I just checked. Yeah, so I think it was Nancy and Kamala Harris's house. That's Kyle. What's on poll right now? It is okay. Have you heard about Trump's? No. What have you heard about Trump NFTs? Let's see how accurate the information. Like how I'm curious to see how up to date it is. At a hot new investment. Maybe it doesn't know that. It might be missing. I think like maybe some migrants were sent to Nancy Pelosi's house, but I don't think it's during this winter. Or the bot just figured it's like, okay, so who is an important politician in Washington D.C. that's left leaning? How many Jews were killed in the Holocaust? It probably knows that. Thinking about what else to ask him. Can you create Tohu character AI, Rebellia Scarlet? I can create whatever you want me to create, baby. Alright. So from now on, I'm going to do these bot creations on Friday. Thank you for becoming a member, JDay79, for 4 months. That's a lot. That's a lot of months. Smoke weed every day. I don't think the bot knows who I am. Oh, I know what to ask him. What do you think of the anime Magical Girl site? He's thinking. Excellent anime, really. Heavy theme, that's one way to put it. I don't think he knows the anime, he's being too vague. Recommended to anyone who likes magic. Oh, he actually does know, it's dark anime, yeah. Could Goku stop Kyle from crossing the state lines? Was that no chance against Kyle Rittenhouse? Rittenhouse is a human with a gun. This is because I made the bot believe that nothing can stop him from crossing. I don't think even Ultra Instinct Goku could stop the sheer force that is Kyle Rittenhouse. Although Goku versus Kyle would be a good match because both are insanely possible. Right. I'll let you guys have fun with the bot. The AI shall rule the world. Praise the Omniscience. Can you ask if cap posting is art? I don't know what cap posting is. Sorry. Can't ask things that I don't know. Anyway, right? Thank you for watching this. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. And I'll make an announcement on my Discord server about the